From translation, RSV Revised Standard Version. This 78th day of the year. Today we are reading passages Judges 3 to 5. Judges chapter 3, verses 1 to 31. Now these are the nations which the Lord left to test Israel by them, that is, all who had not experienced any of the wars of Canaan. Only that the generations of the people of Israel might know war, to teach war to those who had not known it before. These are the nations, the 5 lords of the Philistines, all the Canaanites, the Sidonians, and the Hivites who lived on Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal-Hermon as far as Lebo-Hamath. And they were for testing Israel, to know whether Israel would obey the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by Moses. So the people of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And they took their daughters in marriage, and gave their own daughters to their sons, and served their gods. And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and forgot the Lord their God, and served the Baals and the Asheroth. Therefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Cushan-Rishathaim king of Mesopotamia. And the people of Israel served Cushan-Rishathaim 8 years. But when the people of Israel cried to the Lord raised up a deliverer for the people of Israel, who delivered them, Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him, and he judged Israel. He went out to war, and the Lord gave Cushan-Rishathaim king of Mesopotamia into his hand, and his hand prevailed over Cushan-Rishathaim. So the land had rest 40 years. Then Othniel the son of Kenaz died. And the people of Israel again did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord strengthened Eglon the king of Moab against Israel, because they had done what was evil in the sight of the Lord. He gathered to himself the Ammonites and the Amalekites, and went and defeated Israel, and took possession of the city of palms. And the people of Israel served Eglon the king of Moab 18 years. But when the people of Israel cried to the Lord raised up for them a deliverer, Ehud the son of Gera, the Benjaminite, a man left-handed. The people of Israel sent tribute by him to Eglon the king of Moab. And Ehud made for himself a sword with 2 edges, a cubit in length, and he bound it on his right thigh under his clothes. And he presented the tribute to Eglon the king of Moab. Now Eglon was a very fat man. And when he had finished presenting the tribute, he sent away the people who carried the tribute. But he himself turned back at the sculptured stones near Gilgal, and said, I have a secret message for you, O king. And he commanded silence, and all his attendants went out from his presence. Ehud came to him as he was sitting alone in his cool roof chamber. And Ehud said, I have a message from God for you. And he arose from his seat. Then Ehud put out his left hand, took the sword from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly. And the hilt also went in after the blade, and the fat closed over the blade, for he did not draw the sword out of his belly. And the dung came out. Ehud went out by the porch and closed the doors of the roof chamber on him, and locked them. When he had gone, the servants came, and when they saw that the doors of the roof chamber were locked, they thought, he must be relieving himself in the cool chamber. And they waited until they were ashamed. But behold, he did not open the doors of the roof chamber. So they took the key and opened them, and behold, their lord was lying dead on the floor. Now Ehud escaped while they delayed, and he passed by the sculptured stones, and escaped to Seirah. When he arrived, he blew the trumpet in the hill country of Ephraim, and the people of Israel went down with him from the hill country, and he was their leader. And he said to them, Follow after me, for the Lord has given your enemies the Moabites into your hand. So they went down after him, and seized the fords of the Jordan against the Moabites, and did not allow any to pass over. And they slew of Moab at that time about 10,000, all strong, mighty men, not a man escaped. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest 80 years. After him Ehud was succeeded by Shamgar the son of Anath, who slew 600 of the Philistines with an ox goad, and he also delivered Israel. Judges chapter 4, verses 1 to 24. And the people of Israel again did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, after Ehud died. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. The commander of his army was Sisera, who lived in Harosheth-Haggzim. And the people of Israel cried to the Lord for help, for he had 900 chariots of iron, and had oppressed the people of Israel cruelly for 20 years. Now Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, was judging Israel at that time. She used to sit under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the people of Israel came up to her for judgment. She sent and summoned Barak the son of Abinoam from Kedesh in Naphtali, and said to him, The Lord, the God of Israel, commands you, Go, take 10,000 men of Naphtali and Zebulun and go to Mount Tabor, and I will draw Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, to meet you by the river Kishon with his chariots and his troops. And I will give him into your hand. Barak said to her, If you will go with me, I will go, but if you will not go with me, I will not go. And she said, I will surely go with you. Nevertheless, the road on which you go will not be to your glory, for the Lord will sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose, and went with Barak to Kedesh. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kedesh. And he went up with 10,000 men, and Deborah went up with him. Now Heber the Kenite, of the descendants of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had separated from the Kenites and pitched his tent as far away as the oak in Zaanannim, which is near Kedesh. When Sisera was told that Barak the son of Abinoam had gone up to Mount Tabor, Sisera called out all his chariots, 900 chariots of iron, and all the men who were with him, from Harosheth-Haggim to the river Kishon. And Deborah said to Barak, Up, for this is the day in which the Lord has given Sisera into your hand. The Lord has gone out before you. So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men. And the Lord routed Sisera, and all his chariots, and all his army before Barak at the edge of the sword. And Sisera alighted from his chariot, and fled away on foot. And Barak pursued the chariots and the army to Harosheth-Haggim, and all the army of Sisera fell by the edge of the sword, not a man was left. Now Sisera had fled away on foot to the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, for there was peace between Jabin king of Hazor and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera, and said to him, Turn aside, my lord, turn aside to me, have no fear. So he turned aside to her into the tent, and she covered him with a rug. And he said to her, Please give me a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. She opened a skin of milk and gave him a drink, and covered him. Then he said to her, Stand at the door of the tent, and if any man comes and asks you, Is there a man here? Say no. But Jael, Heber's wife, took a tent peg and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly to him and drove the peg into his temple, until it went down into the ground, while he was lying fast asleep from weariness. So he died, and behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said to him, Come, and I will show you the man whom you are seeking. So he entered with her, and behold, Sisera lay dead, with the tent peg in his temple. So on that day God subdued Jabin king of Canaan before the people of Israel. And the hand of the people of Israel grew stronger and stronger against Jabin king of Canaan, until they destroyed Jabin king of Canaan. Judges chapter 5, verses 1 to 31. Then Deborah and Barak the son of Abinoam sang on that day, that leaders in Israel should give thanks, that the people of the Lord should offer praise, O Lord, when you break the looses of the wicked. Hear, O kings, give ear, O princes. To the Lord I will sing, I will make melody to the Lord, the God of Israel. Lord, when you went out from Seir, when you marched from the land of Edom, the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, the clouds dropped water. The mountains quaked before the Lord, Sinai before the Lord, the God of Israel. In the days of Shamgar, son of Anath, in the days of Jael, the highways were deserted, and travelers walked byways. The villages ceased to exist in Israel, till I, Deborah, arose a mother in Israel. When new gods were chosen, then war was in the gates. Was shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? My heart goes out to the commanders of Israel who offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless the Lord. Tell of it, you who ride on white donkeys, you who sit on rich carpets, and you who walk by the way. Far from the noise of archers in the watering places, they repeat the righteous triumphs of the Lord, the righteous triumphs of his villagers in Israel. Then down to the gates the people went. Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake, utter a song. Arise, Barak, and lead away your captives, O son of Abinoam. Then down came the remnant of the nobles. The people of the Lord came down to me as warriors. From Ephraim they set out into the valley, behind you, Benjamin, with your troops. From Machir marched down the commanders, and from Zebulun those who bear the marshal's staff. And the princes of Issachar came with Deborah, and Issachar loyal to Barak. Into the valley they rushed forth at his heels. Among the clans of Reuben there were great searchings of heart. Why did you tarry among the sheepfolds, to hear the whistling for the flocks? Among the clans of Reuben there were great searchings of heart. Gilead stayed beyond the Jordan. And Dan, why did he abide with the ships? Asher sat still at the coast of the sea, settling down by his landings. Zebulun is a people that scorned death, Naphtali on the heights of the field. Kings came, they fought. They fought the kings of Canaan at Taanach, by the waters of Megiddo. They took no spoil of silver. They fought from heaven. The stars in their courses fought against Sisera. Then the torrent of Kishon swept them away, the ancient torrent, the torrent Kishon. March on, my soul, in strength. Curse Meroz, says the angel of the Lord, curse its inhabitants, because they did not come to the help of the Lord against the mighty. Most blessed of women be Jael, the wife of Heber the Kenite, of the women in tents most blessed. He asked for water, and she gave him milk. She brought him curds in a lordly bowl. She put her hand to the tent peg and her right hand to the workman's mallet. She struck Sisera, she crushed his head, she shattered and pierced his temple. At her feet he sank, he fell. There he lay, at her feet he sank, he fell. Where he sank, there he fell dead. Through the window she looked forth, and Sisera's mother peered out. Why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariots? Her wise ladies answered her, yes, she answered herself, are they not finding and dividing the spoil? A girl or two for every man, spoil of dyed garments for Sisera, spoil of dyed garments embroidered, 2 pieces of dyed embroidery for the neck of the spoiler. So may all your enemies perish, O Lord. But may those who love him be as the sun when he goes forth in his might. And the land had rest 40 years.